And so welcome to Topical Tuesday. Today, Kimberly's going to go over collection development plans. There have been some changes, so hopefully after today's session, everything will be nice and clear. Again, if you could sign in, I will post it again in case anybody came in after Amanda posted. And without further ado, Kimberly, are you ready to begin?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So take it away.
All right. First of all, the question on everyone's minds is why are media specialists required to provide an annual collection development plan for their media center? Now, state legislation has mandated the preparation of an annual collection development plan. So we're required by law, and it's codified in the school board policy. Media specialists must write and submit a collection development plan signed by your administrator, and it is now going to be a public document posted, public facing to all the stakeholders. So it's very important. And we've tried to make it easy for you by creating a template. But beyond the fact that it's a state mandate, there are reasons why we want to have a written plan. First, it sets your vision and purpose for your program. And then it makes your decision-making process clear to all stakeholders. It's easier to be able to go to a written document when someone comes with you with a question or concern about how things are working in the media center, or your processes for how you select materials, how you weed the collection. It's convenient and helpful to have everything in writing. It shows the connection between the library program and the school community, shows a deliberate process that leads to a high quality collection. It makes it a lot easier to solve problems and answer questions fairly and equitably. And it connects your school media center to school district policy and the Florida statutes. So today we're not going over every single section in the template, because if you have a collection development plan from last year, many of the things will stay the same, so we don't need to go line by line with you. We will give you links on Library Current. You have a help template in case you want more detailed instruction on how to do it, or you forget something. We're going to have all of that available for you too. So you do want to check your purpose statement each year. It clarifies that you have a plan that's guiding your decisions, and that should only be 1 or 2 paragraphs. So your purpose can change from year to year and even season to season, depending on changes in administration, changes in student population, changes in special programmings at your school. So you want to always make sure to check your purpose statement. Then your background statement and school community, you're going to use the gold report or the school district report card and describe your school community: age, grade, race, languages spoken, number of students, all the demographic information. You want to identify any special programs at your school. Do you offer IB programs, AP, AVID, STEM? You want to make a note of that in the collection development plan, because that will be part of what guides your decision making in your collection. And moving on, you want to look at your school mission statement. These can change. So if your administration changes or if conditions change, since we're constantly evolving and changing as a district, you want to make sure that your school's mission statement is current, and we'll give you a link for where to find that. And your media center mission statement, you want to think about the end, right, with the end in mind. Your selections and the plans that you make for your library are based on supporting your mission. So you want to think about the things that you have, the goals you have for your media center, and incorporate that into your mission statement. You want to describe who's responsible for the collection management and development. Describe how you seek stakeholder input from administration, faculty, students, parents, and district stakeholders. After you finish that section, you're going to go to the library program. And you're going to describe your program in general terms. You don't have to go into great detail because we have to be flexible. But what kind of schedule do you have? Are you on a flexible schedule or a fixed schedule? Do you support special initiatives through the library program? Do you have a news crew or TV production? Describe whatever instruction takes place within your media center. And I didn't mention, but if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we will go over any questions you might have at the end of the presentation. When you go, the next section is the goals and objectives. You want to write 3 SMART goals, and SMART goals are ones that will be your main focus for the coming school year. You want to have at least 2 objectives under the SMART goal that defines how you're going to achieve them. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. So you want to make sure that you've defined the goal and the objectives in enough detail to be able to look at it next year and say, yes, I've accomplished this goal. Here is my evidence that I've attained this. You'd like to make sure one of your goals has to do with student achievement or instruction found in your school improvement plan, and align at least one goal with the district's strategic plan. Your goals do not have to be complicated goals. It can be a simple goal, something that you need to have done in your media center. So they don't all have to be grandiose goals. If it's possible, if your mic is on, if you could mute yourself so that others can hear. All right, the budgeting and funding sections, you're going to change the numbers in red. Anything on the template that's in red, you're going to make changes so that it aligns with your school. You're going to replace the amounts with your actual amounts. And the budget figures, you can get those from your bookkeeper, and they will have line item budgets, media supplies, media subscriptions, whatever line items are at your school. There is some variance, but whatever line items are in your school, that's what you want to include here. And if you get any grants or have funds, you want to account for them here. And you also want to include your purchasing plan. How do you plan to spend the money in your budget? The next section is, this is something new, and we added it because if you went to another media center or another position in the district and somebody else came in to take over the media center, it is helpful to know what equipment you have, what technology, what STEM, what things you have to support your media program. If there is equipment for teacher or staff use in the workroom areas, if you have TV production studio, a computer lab, Ozobots, and whatever you have in your media center, that would be useful to know, so that the next person would be able to jump in and see everything that's available for their use in designing a program. Okay, so the next thing is the analysis of the collection. we are going to use the infographic because it makes it easier for a person who is not a media specialist to be able to understand the data in the analysis. So you're going to use the infographic and make sure that your student population is updated, because that will impact your analysis, your data. And then the collection analysis by category, you're going to use the tidal wave analysis again to help you fill out this section. It's a breakdown of the books by Dewey Decimal category. That will tell you how many titles you have in each category and the average age of that category. This analysis is going to inform your weeding and purchasing priorities for the coming year. So the next section we're going to talk about is the collection maintenance. We have a new part of this is new. We've had media specialists who are new that come in and say, there's labels and I don't know what they mean. I don't understand the way the collection is shelved. So when you complete the section on collection maintenance, if you will identify your 3-year rotation according to board policy 8.12, and then list your rotation plan by year. You're required to inventory a third of the collection every year. So in 3 years, your entire collection will be inventoried, and you want to list your plan year by year. And then the new part, this is a good place to make note of any labeling, shelving, organizational, or sticker systems you have in place. It allows anyone who might replace you if you move to another position to pick up in the rotation where you left off, and also to understand your organizational design. So this is what that section looks like in the collection development plan template. You're going to list your priorities for selection. What are the sections that you plan to purchase materials in, and your weeding priorities, and you'll go out 3 years. And if you have a collection development plan available to you from last year, you can slide up those priorities as long as it still is in line with your current goals for the year. We have already added links to the collection development plan in the template for Appendix A through E. So you don't have to hunt those down. You just have to keep that part in the template and it will be there for you. The idea of having these appendices is that if somebody wanted to ask you about your collection development plan and somewhere in the plan it mentions one of those board policies, then you can very easily access it for them. The due date is May 10th, 2024, May the 10th. Once you submit your collection development plan, our process will be to review the plan to make sure it has all the sections in this year's template and to confirm that your principal has signed it. If it's incomplete, then we will send you an email. It will be returned to you so you can make corrections and resubmit it by the deadline. And it's important to have this submitted because it will impact the availability of funds for next year. The collection development plan template is available on Library Current. It will also be available in the follow-up email after this presentation. And again, there's a help document too. And I did not stop to see questions. I knew I was going to look at the questions in there and see if there's anything that needs to be addressed. Does anyone have any? Oh, that's a Miss Howe, please. We want to replace all of the red print with black. When your plan is completed, there shouldn't be any black. The only thing that there shouldn't be any red. I'm sorry. It should be black, and if there's links, those would be blue, but we don't want any red when it's completed. That is just a standout way to let you know what needs to be changed. Equipment section, you can put your TV or news equipment under the equipment section. Where would I find the worksheet? We will send out the template. We will send out the document, and it also is on Library Current. The presentation has links. The template has links to the school improvement plan website and the district strategic plan. So we have linked everything in the template to make it easy for you to find and get the information you need. We will also, the link for the Google form is also on Library Current, and we will send that out. And yes, Anya.
I did.
Thanks. All right, I'm trying to read. And did I miss any of the questions?
I don't think so.
Once completed, where do they submit it?
There is a Google form. The link is on Library Current. We will also send it out in the follow-up email.
All right. So I am going to move forward. There's no more questions, I guess. So very exciting. Next Thursday is the annual Media Specialist Celebration, and I hope to see all of you there. It's a really, really good time, and it's a great way for everybody to connect with each other. So I do hope to see everyone there. And also, of course, please tag us, show us all the wonderful things you're doing in your media centers. It's a great way to promote yourself and share information and ideas. And of course, you do get points for these Topical Tuesdays, and you can just sign up in e-learning. There is a follow-up activity, and that once you sign up, you'll be able to see the document about what you exactly have to do to get points. And our next Google Meet is April 16th, and we'll be meeting the new contact from Ozobots. So that should be fun. And I hope to see everyone at that April 16th Topical Tuesday, as well as next Thursday at the big celebration. If there's anything else, if there's not anything else, then I guess we'll see you next time. I'm going to give everyone a minute. Thank you.